Okay, warning, this video is just going to be about me ranting about a show from when I was a small child. So, if you don't like that, then you can watch a different video, but let's get into it. So basically, when I was little, I found this show from 1989. I don't know how I found it, but I did. It was called Babar. And in a nutshell, it's about this boy whose mom, well, elephant, whose mom was poached, and he ended up fighting the hunter later on. He ended up fighting the hunter and saving his whole group or whatnot, and then he lost them, so he kind of just wandered until he got to the city and was raised there. And then it takes place with him in the future telling his kids different stories having to deal with what they're struggling with from when he was a boy and how he dealt with that, probably in a rougher situation. And this took place in early Edwardian France. And I loved this show. It was awesome. It was so calm. I watched it every night before bed. Again, I don't know how I found it, but I did. Um, Probably because it was still. There's so many episodes, by the way. Probably, but I'm guessing it was probably because it was. Was it? Can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was still on Nickelodeon. Um, but then 2010, 20 years later, they decided to redo it or whatever, and on came Babar and the Adventures of Badu. So they scrapped like half the characters, changed the location, time period, and the message. They stopped teaching morals, grammar. Well, actually, they taught morals in the episodes, but also the way they spoke and their vocabulary taught grammar and vocabulary. But then they stopped doing that. And so they changed it all, and I didn't watch the shows very often cuz I didn't like it. It was too different from what I had watched. And they changed the location, as in my best guess at where they are is 2000s, somewhere in Africa. No idea where. Um and so that messed up a lot of the characters. Like, past Babar didn't care what animals were in the civilization, they just were. You had to deal with it, and who cared? But this, they actually have it the animals that live there. So half of the animals that were in the past generation were just gone, which actually really made me upset. And they're also Babar had this rivalry with this Rano guy, and their wives kept them anchored, which was Celeste, and I forgot the name of the rhinos actually. Um, and then they went back to Badu. Um, it was the wives who had the rivalry, which actually really really bothered me because I don't know why they had to change that. Which was it. I don't know. It just made me that one actually made me sad. But also, I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on this. I don't know. I'm not positive, but I don't even think the city was called Celesteville in Badu. Um, and the reason it was called Celesteville is because there's Babar and his wife Celeste, and Babar really liked Celeste so much that he named his kingdom after her, which was something. It was very emotional and stuff. It was very telling for a toddler. Um, and I don't think that name carried over, but but the changes kind of make sense because it was written by a whole nother generation of people who probably hadn't watched the show when they were little either. Possibly, but this video is literally just me ranting on about a show I watched when I was little. Also, but listen to the difference in the intros. My goodness. Oh, by the way, you can watch at least the original Babar on YouTube, cause something was weird with the copywriting, and I don't know. You can watch every single episode on YouTube. Um, anyway, and you at least can listen to the intro of Badu, though I don't know if it's on YouTube. You can check if you want, but the difference in even the intros and whatnot. They changed the coloration of some stuff in the new one as well, but there are so many seasons and stuff of Babar. It was a good show. I loved it. Um, but with Badu, like they had the 3D animation was probably the biggest like boom kind of difference, and I was a little scared of the characters. Just how they are animated freaked me out. But yeah, if you watched all the way through, I don't know why you did. It was honestly useless information, but I just decided to do this. So bye. Have a nice night. See ya.